Peace, love, and divine light. Welcome to the live. If this is your first time joining the live, welcome to all who are new to the channel. Welcome to the new, welcome new channel members, new subscribers, all of those who continue to share the videos, like the videos. Thank you so much. I do believe that we are building a community, and I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear, the comments, react to the videos, the posts, all of you who actually already do that. Thank you so much. So I am on here because I received a message, okay? And, sometimes the messages come just doing random things. And today, I received this message regarding, and this could be relevant to many of you, okay? And it's connected to, I do believe that it's connected to this shift, okay, that we're talking about. And you may or may not have heard people talk about, hey, there's a shift happening. Or the shift has taken place. And for the most part, a lot of folks kind of feel that there is a major change taking place, right? Even if it's not necessarily spoken, you feel the energy, you feel the changes taking place. And especially if you're an empath, you definitely, it's kind of like you receive it, from all your extrasensory modalities. Like you can tell that there's a major change taking place. So the message that I received today, hey Michaela, welcome. The message I received today, it's entitled, They Chose Their Path, okay? They chose their path, and now it's time for you to walk yours, okay? They chose their path, and now it's time for you to walk yours. And if you notice that, I guess that could be a title. I just received that. And I think many of you are also receiving that kind of energy as well. So if you notice, in regards to the message itself, it's action oriented. Okay. It's very much action oriented. So in essence, I almost feel like many of you, your spirit guides are like prompting you to just take certain actions having to do with your vision, your creativity, your path. And this is especially in connection with possibly, relationships that you may have had, or people that are no longer in your energy. And some of you, you're definitely feeling that, that pull, okay, that pull away from people that you've walked away from, that you're no longer in their energy, or they're no longer in yours. For some of you, the decision was yours to distance yourself from certain people. And for some of you, the change just happened effortlessly. Like you kind of just sat back and then you just saw that certain people were, they were very distant. And for many of you, it was not anything that you did. And some of you are kind of like still baffled at those at those things right now, because you're like, wait a minute, how is it that, this person that I've known for this long, now like there's this pull away from them. Okay. And I do believe that part of this shift that we're talking about has to do with people going in different directions. And sometimes it's the people that was once closest to us. Like, some of these could be blood, relatives. Some of these folks could be co-workers, folks that you've known for quite some time. I do believe that, the divine, because the divine is getting you ready. Okay, the divine is getting you ready, and just know that the divine is also getting them ready. So even though they're not in your energy, the path that they chose, or the path that was chosen for you, they're they're on that path because they're also getting ready for something. Whatever it is that they're getting ready for, though, it just doesn't include you. And it doesn't include the relationship that you have with those people. All right. And in essence, we are all in transition to some kind of breakthrough. All right. Whether it is you or the folks that walked away from you, or you were separated by divine intervention, you are on the brink of a major breakthrough. And this is where you are right now. You are in the transitory phase. Okay. And the folks that are no longer in your energy, all right, they were removed from you because you had to get to this place that you're at right now. All right. And some of you may have even noticed, like, especially, and I'm getting that, especially last year. Okay. Last year, 2024, year 8. For many of you, there were some major definitive moments in your relationships. It was either these folks were going to come with you into this cycle, or they were not going to come with you. And for some of you, you released those relationships. You were very intentional on releasing those relationships. And some of you, you just saw that all of a sudden it was just kind of like fizzing. See? And for some of you, you get to know that the divine was very adamant on removing those people from your energy. And they had to be removed from your energy at a very specific time, because there's something major happening right now. Okay. Something major happening right now, a very significant time. And I do believe that it's a very significant time in human history. And it really, if you're an empath, you definitely feel it, whether you consider yourself an empath or not. You see the changes, you see the shifts happening. So the folks that were removed had to be removed from your energy, because it was preparing you to be in the transitory stage right now of receiving the breakthrough that you're about to receive. Now, the essence of this message, okay, however, okay, and I said all of that, it's all important, yet the essence of this message is not necessarily about the people that were removed. The essence of this message is where you're about to go, okay, the path that you're about to take. And it was important that I discuss the energies that were removed from you, or you removed from your energy, because all of those events are leading to right now. Okay. They were removed from your energy. For many of you, you're still kind of like, there's still some energy sort of like lingering with those folks, with those people, whoever it was that was removed. There's still some lingering stuff. So the question for you is, why is it? And remember, at the very beginning of this message, what I received was, they chose their path. Now it's time you walk in yours. That's the message that I received earlier today. They chose their path, and now you walk in yours. So in essence, whatever it was about those folks that removed them from your energy, that in essence is the path that they chose. Okay. Whatever their beliefs are, okay, and it may have to do with beliefs, it may have to do with the way they choose to engage in relationships. Something about those folks is not a vibrational match to your energy. So in essence, their very nature implies that that's a path that they chose. You understand, right? And so they've chosen their path. And a lot of those folks had their path. They were walking their path before you met them. And the divine allowed you to your paths to intersect. And for many of you, you get to know that that path was supposed to intersect for a specific amount of time. It wasn't for a long time. Okay. And now the essence of this message is, It's time you walk yours. It's time you walk yours. It's no longer time for you to think about why it is that they came, why they didn't stay that long, why they didn't do X, Y, and Z. And it is challenging to transition because we're always trying to kind of make sense of why certain people come into our energies, and why it is that we feel like they didn't do what we wanted them to do. Yet the divine actually, they accomplished their task. Whatever it is that they were supposed to accomplish, they did that. Just know that they pushed you closer to your path. You didn't go backwards. All right. Even though for many of you, it feels like you went backwards with someone being in your energy, and you kind of feel like your path was delayed. And I would also say that you lingering in that kind of thought that someone delayed your path is actually the thing that's delaying your path, not the person themselves, not the connection. So now the essence of it is, it's time you walk yours. Whatever your purpose is, whatever it is that you are meant to do, whatever message, and many of you are messengers, whatever message you are meant to put out in the world, because the world needs you right now. Okay, humanity needs you right now as a messenger, and whatever gift you have, whatever gift you possess to share with humanity. And and it's kind of like whatever energy that you have to bring, it has something to do with upholding some aspect of humanity intact, whether you know it or not, whether you've accepted it or not. Some of you are kind of like still sort of having this push and pull, and you haven't yet been convinced that, you haven't yet been convinced of your power. Whatever that power is, like, you may still be trying to figure it out. The divine is wanting you to walk your path. Okay? Whatever connection you've released, they released from you. And I mean your spirit guides, your ancestors, all of those energies, your forces, the forces that walk with you. Okay? They have you on this path. You're in transition. The path that you're on right now, you're in transition for a breakthrough. Okay? You're in transition for a breakthrough, and you getting to that breakthrough has a lot to do with assuring that you walk your path. All right? So again, from the beginning, the message was they chose their path. Now it's time that you walk yours. And walking your path has a lot to do with the love that you have for self. All right? Loving yourself enough to release some energy that is clearly not serving you. Okay? Whether it's a person, place, or thing, many of you know very well that there's basically an expiration date on, certain relationships, certain spaces that you're in. Whatever it is, it's like there's something pulling you away from those things, those energies. It's like there's an expiration date, and the divine is like, you know what? Time's up. Time's up. Like you've dealt with this ish long enough. And many of you, this resonates with you. You feel this. All right. So walk your path. Okay. Walk your path. Joara, you said merci beaucoup. You are very welcome. Okay. So walk your path. Continue to walk your path. And part of you walking your path is to get excited about your vision. Get excited about your vision. Whatever it is that you get to do, to get excited again about your vision, your purpose. And if you didn't get a chance to watch yesterday's live, I did a live on, what was the title again? It was about the power of walking. I think it was the power of intentions. I forgot what the title was. If someone was on the live, if you can remind me in the comments, it's not, I don't remember the title, but the gist of it is, intention, purpose, your reason, all of those things being connected to the love that you have for yourself and being able to move forward. So connect with your vision, get excited about your vision, because essentially, I think that is what's going to help you to walk your path. All right. Walk that path. Okay. So if you, let me see, I think someone had a question on here. I saw previously. Okay, I think I'm trying to see. I'm trying to go back to the comments. I don't see. Okay, so the person that had the question previously, if you can repost your question. I'm not able to go back to the comments that far. Hey, Shelly Ann, good to see you. Oh, Akansha, you said, how do you love yourself better? I think that's a very personal question. It's a very personal question because I think everyone has something that resonates with them that essentially is is supposed to help them love themselves better. And part of what I think is helpful is walking in your purpose. Okay, walking in your purpose. A lot of people will talk about self-care. Okay, so I'll put that out there. Self-care is definitely one of those things that a lot of folks resonate with when it comes to loving yourself better. Like, put the attention on yourself. Put your attention on yourself and focus less on them. Okay, the people that were removed from your energy, the places, whatever it was that you clearly separated from, now it's time for you to put that focus on yourself, whatever it is that it takes for you to feel good about yourself. And I will put a disclaimer out there in terms of that comment, as long as it's high vibrational, because if you do something and it makes yourself feel good and it's like detrimental to somebody else, I'm not condoning that for sure. Okay. So we're talking about like high vibrational energy stuff here. Okay. For the ladies, I can speak for the ladies, we like things that make us feel very feminine, taking care of our skin, eating well, drinking a lot of water, taking a lot of baths. Baths are excellent. Okay. I definitely resonate with that. Okay. Taking Epsom salt baths, detox baths, activities that are connected to your healing is definitely a means of showing your self-love. Okay, taking better care of your health, choosing to eat high vibrational foods. I mean, I could keep going. The list is huge. Okay, work with light energy. Okay, work with light energy. Work more with natural light instead of artificial light. I know for me, I'm very sensitive to artificial light. I prefer natural sunlight. Find moments where you get to spend time. Some of you, this may sound weird, but spend time in the dark. If that makes no sense, that might not make sense. But like if you have a room, somewhere, in your living space, light some candles and, turn off the artificial light and allow yourself to go within to meditate. That's all aspects of self-love that I can speak on. Okay, Tarsib, you said something about being vegan. Yeah, a lot of people definitely, agree with that. That is a way to go, is to, eat a lot more high vibrational foods. So I would definitely say that is part of what you can do to promote self-love. Putting the focus on yourself. Exactly. Okay, so I think that may have been the only other question on there. So feel free to include any other questions and I will definitely answer them. I wasn't going to be on here for that long. Oh, there was another one. How do you find your purpose? That may have been the one that I was looking for. Oh, Mariah. Okay, so Mariah said, how do you find your purpose? All right, so your question has a couple of different parts. How do you find your purpose? I think our purpose is tied to what we love, what we're passionate about. So the question to you, Mariah, is what are you passionate about? What do you love? What is it that when you do it, it makes you feel more yourself? It makes you feel grounded. What is it that you do that when you do it, it doesn't feel like work? Like those are all questions that I would ask, to you in regards to how you find your purpose. I would say start with what you love, what you are passionate about. So what are you passionate about? Are you passionate about eating healthy? Are you passionate about, seeing people smile? Are you passionate about, like beautiful things, arts, crafts? Are you passionate about speaking? That's one way to figure it out. And I would say that in regards to your purpose, it's doing the things that you love that even if you didn't get paid a dime for it, you would choose to do it. It doesn't feel like work. And the quote that I've heard before in regards to choosing what you love to do is, do what you love and you'll never have to work a day in your life. And I don't know who the person is that said it. I've heard a lot of different inspirational people, have said this. Do what you love and you'll never have to work a day in your life. Because why? It doesn't feel like work. Okay, the second part of your question is you're trying to figure out, maybe it's a statement. You're trying to figure out your purpose soon so you can align. But how do you, okay, so basically it's part of the same question. All right. Okay. All right, y'all. So make sure you walk your path. All right. Walk your path because you are in transition to your breakthrough. You are in transition right now because there's a goal that you have that is awaiting some vision that you've always imagined, something you've always imagined that is awaiting you to be on this path that you were meant to be. So definitely continue to walk your path. If you are not on that path, walk your path. So again, the divine is saying they've chosen their path. Now it's time to walk yours. All right. And again, like the whole conversation is I feel like some of you are really going to see this a lot more if you're not seeing it already. Like it really speaks to like that great divide that we're talking about, that shift that we're talking about, that there's a shift taking place. Like many of you see this. It's like, people who've chosen to walk a certain path, and then there's others who've chosen the path of light. Like you can clearly, see the difference here. And in essence, I really feel like the divine is trying to tell you, like, don't worry about those who've chosen the path that, that is not full of light. Okay, for you to continue to choose the path that is connected to light, vision, and your purpose. All right, that is the message. Stay tuned. I'm going to be doing some live readings. Thank you all who commented. Make sure you thumbs up the video. So that way it can reach other people. Thank you so much for joining the live, and hopefully the message resonated and it is useful. Stay tuned for the readings. Peace, love, and light.